Many years ago, in a small village surrounded by green fields and tall mountains, there lived a hard-working man named Ravi. He was poor but honest. Every day he worked by digging soil from the ground. With the help of his old donkey, Kalu, he carried heavy loads of soil to the town market, where he sold it for a few coins. This was his daily routine, and though he struggled, he never complained. One hot afternoon, while digging in the field, Ravi's shovel hit something hard. He stopped and wiped the sweat from his forehead. Curious, he dug deeper and pulled out a stone. But this was no ordinary stone. It was bright, shiny, and reflected light like water under the sun. Ravi looked at it carefully. He had no knowledge of gems, so to him, it was nothing more than a beautiful rock. Smiling, he said to himself, "This looks nice. It will make Kalu look special." So he tied the shiny stone around his donkey's neck like an ornament and went back to work. The merchant's curiosity. The next day, as Ravi walked through the village with Kalu, people noticed the sparkling stone. Some admired it, some laughed, and some ignored it. Among the crowd was a wealthy shopkeeper named Harish, who owned a busy grocery store in the marketplace.
Harish stopped Ravi and said, "Friend, what is that glittering thing tied to your donkey? It looks unusual." Ravi laughed and replied, "Oh, this. Just a stone I dug out yesterday. It looked different, so I tied it to Kalu. Nothing special." Harish's eyes lingered on the stone. It was beautiful, and he thought it might attract customers if he used it as decoration in his shop. So he asked, "Will you sell it to me?" Ravi shrugged. "Why not? If you want it, you can have it for 70 rupees. Harish quickly agreed, handed over the money, and proudly tied the stone to his weighing scale in the shop. Soon, customers began noticing it. Some even complimented Harish for his taste in decoration. The jeweler's discovery. A week later, a jeweler named Mera visited Harish's store to buy supplies. As soon as he walked in, his eyes fell on the glittering stone. He froze for a moment, then stepped closer. His trained eyes recognized immediately what Harish thought was a decoration. This was no ordinary stone. It was a rare diamond, flawless and priceless. Trying to hide his excitement, Mera asked, "Harish Bhai, where did you get this shiny stone? Why is it hanging here like this?" Harish replied casually, "Oh, that? I bought it from Ravi, the soil digger. Paid him just 70 rupees. Isn't it nice?" Mera's heart raced. He wanted the diamond desperately. He asked, "Will you sell it to me?" Harish replied, "Of course. Give me 200 rupees and it's yours." But Mera tried to bargain. 200 is too much. I'll give you 150 rupees. That's fair enough. Harish shook his head. No, I won't go lower. If you want it, pay 200. If not, leave it. Mera thought for a while and said, I'll come tomorrow. Maybe you'll change your mind. He left, already planning to trick Harish into selling it for less. The second jeweler. That very evening, another jeweler named Rajiv, who was traveling through the village, entered Harish's shop. His car had broken down, and while waiting for help, he decided to buy something to eat. The moment he stepped inside, he saw the diamond glimmering on the weighing scale. Rajiv's eyes widened. He knew at once that it was a rare diamond worth a fortune. Without wasting time, he asked, Harish Bhai, will you sell that stone? Harish replied calmly, yes, but only for 200 rupees. Rajiv didn't argue. He immediately took out the money, handed it to Harish, and walked out with the diamond. Regret of the first jeweler? The next morning, Mera returned to the shop. He looked around and saw the diamond was gone. Shocked, he asked, where is that stone? Did you sell it? Harish smiled and said, yes, last evening a traveler came. He gave me 200 rupees, so I sold it to him.
Mera slapped his forehead and shouted angrily, you fool, that was no ordinary stone. It was a priceless diamond worth millions, and you sold it for just 200 rupees. But Harish only laughed and said, listen carefully, Mera, you knew it was priceless. You argued with me over just 50 rupees. Because of your greed, you lost it. So tell me, who is the real fool, me, who sold it, or you, who let it slip away? Mera stood speechless, regret filling his heart.